All right, so I have my image and I have my matrix. When you're printing reductive, you have to know what size of paper you're working with. So we are printing on 9 by 12, and your matrix has to be slightly bigger than your paper. So you can see I have a small border all the way around. So what we are going to be making is called a registration system. And this lets us line up every single layer that we are printing so that in the end they're sitting nice on top of each other and nothing is kind of out of place. So now that I know my paper is 9 by 12 and my image obviously will fit on it something like that, what I have to do is make a 9 by 12 square on the matrix. So this one is 9.5. So it'll be a 1/4 inch on each side. So I'm gonna mark that 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch on the top and the bottom. And I'm gonna draw a line connecting those two marks. And you wanna be as precise as possible because the better you are at your registration, the more lined up your print is going to be in the end. Okay, so I have, if I measure between my lines, 9 inches. Okay, now I need to get 12 inches this way. So this is 12.5, so it's going to be the exact same, 1/4 inch on each side. And you probably want to do this in pencil first in case you mess up. I'm pretty good with my measurements, so I'm just going to doing it in Sharpie so you can see it. But I would definitely do it in pencil so you can double check before you commit to permanent marker. Okay, so I have a 1/4 inch border all the way around my matrix. Nice way to check that it's correct is your paper should fit approximately right in that square, which mine does. Okay. The next thing you need to do is make your registration marks. So these are marks that are going to be the exact same on your paper as they are on the matrix. Okay. And our marks, we are going to be doing 2 on the top, 2 on the left side, 1 on the right side, and 1 on the bottom. So now I'm going to make those marks. I'm going to make sure my paper is secure in place. I'm going to draw those marks exactly where they are on the paper, on the matrix. And again, you really need to be cautious that you're not moving the paper around and that you're making the marks consistent. So they need to be lined up here before you mark them elsewhere. So mine actually shifted a tiny bit, so I'm going to move it back. Okay. 2 marks up here. 1 mark right here. And before I make this last mark, I'm making sure I'm all lined up. 1 at the bottom. Okay. So your matrix should look something like this now. 2 in this corner, 1 on this side, and 1 on this side. So now, after I've carved and I'm ready to print, every time I put a piece of paper down, I'm going to line those marks up, and I'll show you that when we get to the printing demo. After you've done it on your matrix, you're going to take your other papers, and you're going to, in pencil, put each one on here. Hold it very carefully and draw those same marks on the paper. You don't want to do this in Sharpie because it'll bleed through and it just looks sloppy. So I'm just doing it in pencil, and make sure, again, I'm holding the paper secure so it's not shifting around. Marking all 4 marks. So all of my papers will eventually have these registration marks as well.